Good morning on the Rural Radio Network. I'm Bryce Duskett. It is time to look at the factors influencing the commodity trade today. On the line with us from Chicago is Mark Gold with Top Third Ag Marketing. Mark, hopefully you got some rose-colored glasses, paint some sort of a picture we can appreciate here on a Monday morning.
Well, the good news is the markets have tried to come back from overnight lows. We've got May corn down a penny at $4.59 1/4. That's 5 cents off the lows. May wheat up 7 3/4 cents at $5.36 3/4. That's 11 cents off the lows. May beans up a penny and 3/4, 9.75 3/4. That's about 6 cents off its lows, but it's also well off its highs. We got up to 9.89 overnight, so a little bit mixed there. I think what we're seeing in some of these outside markets are big margin calls on the Dow Jones, on the crude oil. Silver at one point today was down $2 an ounce. It's now up $1 an ounce. Gold was down $60 an ounce roughly, and it's now $9 higher. Bitcoin's down $7,000 a coin, kind of in the middle of its $4 range. But it's been all over the board. We've got crop progress for the first time this afternoon. We saw a fair amount of flooding across the Midwest and the South. That's going to delay planting, but it looks like the weather dries up pretty quick. We should get back to more normal weather. Brazil bean exports and corn exports pretty much through the roof. And we'll have expanded limits in the feeder cattle and live cattle markets here this morning. And that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. All right, Mark. Lots of things happening here on a Monday. Mark Gold, Top Third Ag Marketing in Chicago, our guest today. On the Rural Radio Network, I'm Bryce Duskett reporting.
The old way of doing things makes sense for some things, like a hot dog at the game. But the old ways don't make sense if you expect more yield out of your acres, because there's a new way to unlock the full potential of your fields, and it starts when you plant Enlist corn. With 4 robust trait tolerances, glyphosate and glufosinate, plus 2,4-D choline and FOP, it unleashes ultimate weed control flexibility with multiple modes of action to fight weeds. See what's possible for your fields at enlist.com/corn.
The Rural Radio Network is looking for talented, driven individuals to join our team. We have exciting opportunities for a farm director and agriculture broadcaster in central Nebraska and a market anchor to bring critical market updates to our listeners. We don't just report the news. We tell the stories of farmers, ranchers, and rural communities across the heart of America. Join a team that values authenticity, community, and the future of agriculture. Ready to grow your career? Apply today at ruralradionetwork.com under About and Careers.
Welcome back to the Rural Radio Network. Let's get our livestock comments this morning with Jerry Stoll from Country Futures in Frankfort, Kansas. Jerry, tough day in the livestock market on Friday. What do you think as we get ready for a new week ahead of us?
Well, it's all about equities. We're, I guess, somewhat wasting our time talking about the supply-demand fundamentals right now. We're dealing with money flow, an equity break, then there's big open interest in livestock futures, especially cattle, and that money is leaving the market in fear, and we're going to be dealing with that again here this morning. Now, the bad news is equities are lower, but at this moment, the good news is we're well off session lows. Dow futures are down 734. At one time, they were down like 1,700. S&Ps are down 109. At one time, they were down another 170 points. So we have seen some recovery, and that may or may not moderate some of the selling in both cattle and hogs today. Just real quickly, Friday's lean hog index 88.36, down 36. Pork cutout value 95.77, up 143. Feeder cattle index 291.90, down 3. The beef cutout value Friday 338.45, up 8. It's like I said, it's all about the equities, money flow here, and I'm going to call everything lower. It's just a question of how much.
Jerry Stoll with Country Futures, our guest this morning. Let's try to find the bull side of the market here. DTN reports cattle supplies remain tight and will remain that way for quite some time. A decline in futures will not change that part of the equation. Also, both live and feeder cattle futures gapped lower Friday. Those gaps may be filled at some point, according to analysts, once the market settles down. If you'd like to get in touch with Jerry, follow up on this conversation, give him a call at 800-292-4038. On the Rural Radio Network, I'm Bryce Duskett, broadcasting from inside the Nebraska Soybean World Studio.